Wild Card Weekend is here once again for the Marylvania State's only challenge, though our matchup is hidden behind my head. So let's get back to the main screen, where today could potentially, hopefully not, fingers crossed, knock on wood, not the final episode, as this is season 5. It is Super Bowl or bust. We win, we continue. We lose, the series comes to an end, and we head into voting day as for the next state-only challenge, of which I believe there are only 2 more remaining. But we are coming off a strong end to the regular season. 3 straight wins. We put the backups in week 18 as it did not matter, and they nearly pulled out a win against our rival in the Browns. But today we face the Dolphins. And this Dolphins team is no joke. They did not have a single losing streak throughout the whole year, and in fact, they're coming off a pretty good end to their season as well, winning 6 of the last 7. Good news for us, though, all of our starting players are back healthy. Bad news, we are missing some pretty key depth. One of our receivers, Josh Johnson, out ACL sprain, and Mike Gesicki, tight end 3, with a shoulder strain. As for the Dolphins, they're missing possible starting center, so at least maybe we'll have a little bit more help down the middle of the defensive line. But across the board, this should be a very entertaining matchup, pitting against the 11-6 versus the 10-7 teams. Hopefully, we find our offense doing enough to keep us going to the divisional round and try to wrap up this challenge with a victory. Begins on defense. Arguably one of our better sides, continually having key guys play big as Dennis shows up play 1. He's been absolutely phenomenal for us throughout this series. Unfortunately, he's dealt with a good bit of injury this season. Need him to finish strong as it's a strike down the field. About a 15-yard catch, 4 yards tacked on up to the 43. Now, of course, the secondary for us has a lot of big-time players. Need them to force some turnovers today. It's about the only way we do force those turnovers. Some hesitation actually almost paid off before Nick Cross catches the running back in the hurdle in Charbonnet. Good news, the slam doesn't lead to an injury. He's back out there for 2nd and 5 with a fullback to potentially help lead the way as they do hand it off, cutting towards the top, gonna pick up 2, leaving 3rd and 3. Now on these downs, they typically decide to run it, but they will pass it. Scouting report already going against us, but a great stop by Whitehead. It will be a quick stop from the defense and a punt forced. Now as for our offense, who takes the field for the first time today, first and foremost, we run the ball. Every single time, at least we try to. Get the receiver involved here as Washington takes the jet sweep. He picks up 2. And if we could spice up the running game a little bit with the receivers, hey, maybe that'll help open up the middle. But Saquon Barkley, the main back, not going to get the ball 2 straight plays. We find Raheem Jarrett. Flag is down. Honestly, not sure which way this is going to go, and they're going to call late hit. I will take that. But with a fresh set of downs, moving up to the 44. We got 2 tight ends down below, 2 receivers up top. Finally running the ball. Saquon with some space. He's going to pick up a gain of about 15. Definitely want to make sure that the running game is first and foremost today. The Dolphins don't have a super strong run defense, though not awful. Obviously got them here to the playoffs, but that is 2 straight, about 15-yard rushes for Saquon. And I'm sure he's very glad to have his starting guard back in Mitchell. Ryan Bates, though, he did pretty solid filling in for that spot. He's going to go back to our primary backup as Saquon is stuffed on his 3rd carry. Maybe they'll credit him about a gain of half a yard as we went to the outside that time. We are down to the 25 as we bring out all of the tight ends. Now, got to be careful with that as we have 48 who gets the block at the top, who is the starting fullback. He was a former backup guard, so I really don't want us throwing to him because I don't trust the hands. If we could get a big boy touchdown, though, all the better. As it will be a throw here from Pickett, 3rd and 3. He does not know where to go, and we will probably have to settle for a field goal here. If we kept it just needing those 3, maybe I would have been aggressive early on here, but Chad Ryland to help put us on the board here in the playoffs. Field goal down the middle. All in all, not a too bad of a start. First drive for either side goes to our favor as we take that 3-0 lead. Though Dolphins offense, they have plenty of talent. Half of it along the offensive line. They look like they're bookend tackles, both superstars. That means that most of our rush is probably going to have to come from the middle. Actually, no, check that. They have a guard and a tackle. So just overall, they've got a pretty solid offensive line. Trevor Lawrence, though, having to roll, throws across body and nearly finds his tight end in Kincaid. Luckily for us, Brandon Smith there to break it up. We'll bring a 3rd and 11. Another opportunity to get off the field here, a 3 and out. Lawrence makes a check. As they go with a draw, we meet it quickly. Odafe Owe with the stop, and it will be that 3 and out. Oh, wow, does Miami have themselves a punter. 70 yards downing us at our own 4. We'll bring out the I form. Saquon gets stuffed down the middle. He shook one. Just able to make it back to the line. So I would say carries split. About a gain of 15 on a half and a gain of nothing on the other half. 2nd and 10 going back with a stretch. Couple blockers to lead the way, though the knees chopped out from behind. Limit the gain to just 3. Bringing up our own 3rd down here, 3rd and 7 at the 7. As we have a couple different options here for Pickett, who's going to roll and just get pushed down. It's a quick stop from the Dolphins, 3 and out on back-to-back drives. Unfortunately for us, our punter doesn't boot at 70 yards. He gets started in plus territory, only picking up 1 on the first rush. That'll send us through the end of the 1st. Dolphins on offense, driving, going back down the middle. They get a decent game, bringing up 3rd and 4. So far, their previous 2 drives did not net them much of any success. Need a 1st down here to continue. We get the blitz, and it's Dennis right down the middle. Another stop from the defense, knocking them out of field goal range. Already a pair of big plays for Sir Dennis. Offense takes over at the 15. Already much better field position than we had on that last drive. Starting with a pass this time, we pick up the blitz. Up top, we got Brenton Strange. It's a gain of 7, though. Rasheed Walker a little bit shaken up on the play. Starting left tackle is going to head to the sideline for now. And of course, in his place is going to be Ryan Bates. He's played center guard and tackle for us. As we make a change, we send the strong side down to the bottom. 2nd and 3, quick throw is through the hands. I believe that was Rakeem. He normally hasn't dropped very many. 3rd and 3, though. Pickett throws again, and another one incomplete. Another stop from the Dolphins defense. Another drive for us that goes nowhere. And in the ever-ongoing battle of field position, we would get a good punt this time. 63 yards from Gillikin. So they're starting back at the 16. You got a bunch up top, 1 below. Lawrence looking to throw up top, has his target. We had 1 guy trying to cover 2. Not exactly what I prefer, considering the defense is designed to run a little bit more man coverage. 1st and 10 for them up at the 31 now. As they go 2 down to the bottom, motioning 1 in. Fake the jet sweep, hand it off Charbonnet, and he's maybe going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Defensive front been pretty stingy to open up, and that's exactly what we need to see. 2nd and 10, bunch down to the bottom. As they go play action roll, get a little bit of some pressure, and swatted away is Pinnock. Nick Cross providing a little bit of a hit there to clean it up. Once again, we force a 3rd and long, of which it's a tight shotgun look here for Lawrence. Need to make sure that we don't give up anything crazy here, and Kancey, he's gonna get the sack. 2 straight drives ended with a sack. This first half just shaping up to be what offense can finally find a big play here, because neither have been able to. Kenny Pickett now looking for a deep shot right down the middle as it is tipped away. Dotson honestly looked like it might have been picked by Duggar. Wasn't able to bring it in. So 2nd and 10. Do we go back to the running game here? 2 receivers up top, 1 below, as Saquon will go out on a route. So we continue throwing as we do finally get the catch. Rakeem Jarrett that time. He had a drop, if I'm not mistaken, on that last one. Him as well as Dotson. Back to a heavy set here, including the fullback, as we do look to throw across the middle. There's a Okonkwo. Pretty sure he was our leading receiver this year, if not 2 years in a row. He's been a big part of the success of this offense, coming through in clutch situations time and time again. We could use him here in the playoffs. As we look for another pass, Kenny Pickett, he rolls, not going to get to the edge. Grenard with a great bit of contain. 2nd and 16. Under center goes Pickett. As we go with a run this time, Saquon cuts back in, and he's going to pick up the lost yardage plus some. Make it a 3rd and 5. Now this time, can we catch a pass and have some time to throw it? Or if Pickett wants to run, I mean, fully run, they send the blitz. We go across the middle, and we get the first down going back to Okonkwo. Pickett 5 of 8 to start. And I think the only incompletion have really just been 2 drops and then 1 swat away. Pretty clean, unlike that blocking play where we don't gain anything. 2nd and 10. We go 2 down below, 1 up top. Pickett looking to throw. Quick one. Finds Parker Washington, spins off 1, and will pick up an extra 2 or 3 following. Though leaves us with 3rd and 3 and the 2-minute warning on top of that. Now we are about at the 40, which is the extent of our field goal range. So we've got to gain something here if we're looking to add any more points, or first down to keep the drive going, as it's a throw to the flat. Washington not only gets the catch, but he drags those toes as well. Just about as perfect of a throw as we could get there from Pickett with how tight that coverage was. Now trips up top, Dotson down to the bottom, looking to continue throwing, though checking down. Saquon is going to pick up a few. Every play is going to be the bomb downfield, though we know Pickett can throw those. 2 spread now, as Pickett throws once again, and it gets picked off. Honestly, by the angle of that, I couldn't tell if it was meant for Dotson or if it was meant from Okonkwo when it was overthrown. Either way, accuracy slightly off, and Dolphins take over. Honestly, what's a game without Pickett having some sort of big mistake? Almost every single time. Now an empty set here for the Dolphins, as they have a minute and a half to try to find some points before the end of the half. And to this point, they really haven't done much. You get a gain of 5 to Kincaid, as Lawrence looks to continue throwing down to the bottom, and caught this time is Tyreek Hill. He has not shown up prior to that catch. He's most likely going to be lined up against Benford or Joey Porter Jr. Quick stop there. Gross Matos, though, shaken up on the play. That's going to call a timeout for us as he heads down the tunnel. So it'll definitely shake up the pass rush. Tolbert will come in instead. Going to wear 92 down at the bottom. We traded for him this year. Swing up top as we do get the stop. 3rd and 1. Now Miami calls a timeout. They need at least 1 yard here. As we send the blitz, Lawrence rolls, gets tipped by the lineman. We will have an opportunity before half here still to try to find some points. Now, it doesn't end up being the best of the punts we've seen today. We'll start at the 23, and we're already going to change this up a little bit. Send Saquon out on the wheel. Leave us without any extra protection, though Saquon does not quite get the step we're looking for. Great job by McIntosh to fix his bad step. Maybe if we waited a split second on that one, we would have known better if that was going to be open or not. Press coverage across the board here. Raheem Jarrett will send him straight down the field. Also have Barkley going to the right-hand side. Got a couple different options. Good coverage downfield, and needed about 5 extra yards on that one. Awuzie easily tips it away. After giving Pickett a little bit of a compliment in terms of what we know he could do, the throws since then have not been great. 2 incomplete passes and a turnover. As he tries to thread this one, it is tipped away, and we will have to punt. Now, unfortunately, that does leave Miami with 14 seconds and 2 timeouts to try to answer themselves, as they will obviously look to pass. Lawrence setting up for a deep shot. It is broken up. Are they going to get some DPI in here? Yes, they are. I don't agree with that call whatsoever. We call it on Benford. It gets them to field goal range, essentially. Still with 2 timeouts, 9 seconds. That is really unfortunate. Dolphins with an opportunity then, as they find Dalton Kincaid, who'll pick him up a couple. And with 6 seconds left, they'll trot out the field goal unit here. to try to tie the game at half. So as the game opened up, it finishes the first half in the same way. Field goal made. Now, once again, Madden does its little glitchy thing here where we don't actually go into halftime. We start off with the ball, a little bit of some play action. Now, in this case, I am perfectly fine with the result of that play, a Okonkwo. Nice catch. But as for the glitch, it ends up working out just fine because Dolphins started with the ball. So, yeah, it kind of switched. We are up to the 43 now, looking for a little bit of some play action. Got a lot more pass heavy than I was hoping. We find Raheem Jarrett yet again. Still haven't seen anything much from Dotson. He dropped a pass, but I think that might have been his only target. In fact, I think Parker Washington, if not Okonkwo, have been the highest targeted receivers as Parker Washington gets another. I definitely wouldn't mind us getting back to a little bit more of the running game. Worked out well for us in that first half. Saquon averaging just over 6 yards a carry. Though they bring the blitz and we miss the throw. Well, at one point, it was only 3 incompletions for Kenny Pickett. That number has grown quite a lot over the last about quarter of the game. Though he steps up here, going to pick up the first down and takes the contact. And with that, despite the celebration here, he's actually a little bit shaken up. Hopefully he's able to get out there quickly. But for now, Charles Halen, backup quarterback, will have to step in. Please just hand off the ball here. Yes, we do. All right, Saquon down the middle, shake and bake. The juke, picking up about a gain of 11. That is all we need from Halen here. Until I say we need a pass. He's got some ability. Unproven, though. Saquon down the middle once again, picks up another gain of 7. Well, that does not get us to the 7. Add 1 more yard onto that, to the 6. As we come out with a heavy set. Back to Saquon towards the top with a gap and into the end zone. First touchdown of Wild Card Weekend here comes in the 3rd quarter. That'll just be up to our defense to maintain this 7-point lead. 10-3 is the score. As Charbonnet takes the handoff, going to pick up about a gain of 6. He's had a few good carries mixed in today. Defense, though, has still done pretty well, I would say, against the run. As Tolbert takes too big of an early step, he does get back there, though, to help clean it up. Other guy there was Dennis. 3rd and 1. A heavy set here for the Dolphins. Only 1 receiver out there as they hand it off. A great push from that interior O-line. As Charbonnet picks up the first down, getting him up to the 42. From there, though, they will change it. Going spread. One actually just looks like the tight end and Kincaid at the top. The rest of the receivers down below. A little bit of some play action. Cansey not able to contain, and Pinnock has to jump over the sliding Lawrence. All in all, slot corner comes in there to help clean it up. Just a gain of 3 as on 2nd and 7. They'll go with an empty look. They send 2 up top, bunch down to the bottom. Honestly, expect a pass. Pretty easy to say, though overthrown by Lawrence. He hasn't had a fantastic game. 4 incomplete passes, of which most of those, at least half of them, were just bad passes. We have had a couple knockaways. 3rd and 7, Lawrence rolls, delivers another bad pass. At the 45, though, I don't think this is field goal range. Now, as the offense comes out for the following drive, we really just need to feed Saquon and the rest of the running backs here. Good news is Kenny Pickett is back out there, so whatever injury he picked up does not appear to be a big one. But with this lead, I want us to really start to take a hold of this game. That means controlling the clock as well as the tempo, the yardage, all the above. So for us to do that, we need a first down. Just a short gain on 2nd leaves 3rd and 5. Bunch up top here for Kenny Pickett as he will look to throw. All the way up top, he's got an open Okonkwo. Yet again, he comes through in a big way. We were backed up now, sitting around midfield with about a minute left here in the 3rd. As we motion Okonkwo, he's going to help pick up a block on the DT. Saquon sprinting right down the middle, picking up 8. That'll put about 88 yards on 14 carries, plus the one and only touchdown of the game. 2nd and 2. We'll go back to him. On a little bit of a power run, he outruns the edge. Safety Duggar comes over to clean it up as Miami's Khalil Nicholas shaken up on the play. Hopefully he too able to get back into this one. Hate seeing injuries no matter who has suffered them. And on top of that, it does not look like we've had the return of Rasheed Walker either. Bates still out there to help protect. So we've got to keep an eye on that as well, as we will head to the fourth quarter. It's been a great one so far, but one that I would love to see us run away with here, quite literally, late on as we go play action. Kenny Pickett lofts it, overthrowing Chig Okonkwo. Did I jinx us by saying literally run away with it? Maybe I should have said tossed away with it? Yeah, I don't know. Either way, big opportunity missed. 3rd and 2. Saquon is not given the first down. They say Highsmith gets the stop. I don't agree with that. Honestly, it's way too risky to try to challenge at this point. A little less risky to try to go for it. We need about an inch. We're going to give it to the former offensive lineman. Graham right down the middle. Going to pick up the first down and a good little bit more. Down to the 12. Everyone loves to see a big boy rumble, and he did there. Going back to the fullback spot here for 1st and 10. Stretch down to the bottom. Saquon cuts back towards the middle. Open up with the help of Graham. Gets us down to the 7. All we need is 7 more yards and 7 more points, and we'll start to feel very comfortable here. As we are ticking around the 6-minute mark, Saquon stopped about a yard shy, though does pick up the first down. Make it goal to go inside the 1. Or apparently just outside of the 1. Either way, it's about at the 1. Goal line versus goal line. Saquon is escorted around the edge. Brandon Graham to help lead it. Offensive line, great blocking, and that is a 2-score lead here. 4th quarter of Wild Card Weekend. That'll just be up to the defense to fully put this one away. 5:32 remains. Dolphins start at the 25. And another throw off the mark from Trevor Lawrence. 9 of 15, and he's had most of those misses within the last couple drives, just behind his receivers or just off the mark in some which way. Luckily for him, though, Charbonnet kind of bails him out, setting up a much easier 3rd down. They just need 2. At the 33, 35 the yard to gain. That's how math works. Lawrence rolls, got the space. Pinnock not going to get the tackle, though Dennis will force the slide eventually as they get up to the 43. And if Lawrence not going to be able to pass, maybe he should just run. That looked like one of his better plays in a while. Bunch down to the bottom for him as it's a quick throw downfield. He finds number 88, I believe, first catch of the game. No, 2nd, Newton. Yeah, I want to say he had the 1st or 2nd catch of the game, so he hasn't gotten involved much since then. But gets him a big one here, down to the 36, plus territory, lofted and tipped away. Beautiful corner safety coverage. And Joey Porter with the press, and Whitehead gets the swat. 2nd and 10. Trips up top, one down below is Tyreek Hill. As they go with a halfback screen, Charbonnet just breaks through. He's got a couple blockers, though not enough space to really make anything big happen. It's a gain of 5, leaving 3rd and 5, as they're in no huddle now. And they're going to motion out Charbonnet, make it an empty set here for Lawrence. Just a quick stop here from the defense, though. Probably 4 down territory. They don't need it. Tyreek Hill wide open, then slips the one and only defender that could have stopped it. Dolphins finally getting themselves a touchdown. At least the offense has the opportunity to make it a little too late here. If we could rack up a couple first downs. They go play action, though. Pickett throws, and Jarrett drops it. Would have easily made it a 2nd and inches there. But instead, 2nd and 10, as we'll continue passing the ball here. Pickett under pressure, and Rasheed Walker got back out there, but is back injured. And this time, he heads off the field for good. So 3rd and 16, this drive did not go as it should have been, just straight running. They bring the blitz, and Pickett sacked back-to-back plays. Well, at least let some time run off the clock here, but we've got to punt it away. Awful job from the OC. So now 2:30 on the clock. Lawrence, who struggled, has the opportunity to try to tie this game up. As he rolls, pressure in his face is enough to throw off the throw. I believe that was Patrick Jones who actually got some pressure on that one. Now, we have not seen the return of Gross Matos either, so a couple injuries on our side. As they set up the screen, Charbonnet outruns the blocks, and he shouldn't have. Could have had a cutback lane. Pinnock with a good tackle. Leaves us with 3rd and 6 and a 2-minute warning. Dolphins do have all timeouts. 4 downs from here on out. 3rd and 6. Quick throw as Benford nearly gets the pick that could have sealed it, if the OC would call things correctly at least. But 4th and possible game here. It's a tight set for the Dolphins. Obviously, they're going to look to pass. Lawrence downfield and jarred free with the hit. Coming in from both sides. Defense comes through yet again. Keeping 13 catchless on the day. And I'm going to head out here with the offense to make sure we run this ball. There was absolutely no reason that we should have passed it 3 straight times that last possession. So we're going to run it. Each and every play here. Saquon, he spins off one, nearly breaks away. Timeouts being called by the Dolphins. They have 2 remaining now, as we got a 2nd and 5. Gonna go with a run to the right-hand side here. Saquon looks to bounce it. Look for a little stiff arm. No. Duggar does enough to slow him down. It is now 3rd and 5. But despite the distance being a little bit more of a quote-unquote medium 3rd down here, we're sticking to our guns. Hard count, no one jumps. Saquon find a cut lane and Juice Scruggs with maybe the biggest block of the season. Decleats the linebacker. That is game. Dolphins really gave us a great run for our money there, but at the end, we were able to just make more consistent plays, honestly more so on the defense rather than on the offense. OC, I don't know if he's going to have a job after how he called late on in that game, but we pick up the win. And following that game, I honestly wonder how different it could have been if they went to Charbonnet a whole lot more. 11 carries, he had 37 yards, and honestly, he seemed to be the most consistent because Trevor Lawrence did not have that consistency today. In fact, neither really one of these quarterbacks did. Lawrence is technically going to have the better game because he got lucky on that Tyreek Hill touchdown. If he didn't, Pickett and him had a very, very similar day. We were led by the defense and Saquon Barkley. 22 rushes, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns by far. He was phenomenal. Defensively, Duggar for them saved a whole lot more plays that could have happened. But for us, Pinnock, he was flying around, that is for sure. And Dennis had a great game as well. But now it's time to look forward to the divisional round. And we have been scheduled against the top seed Buffalo Bills. They were a team that we have already faced this year. And that game, it went down to the wire. Unfortunately, we did not get the win. 22-18. Really came down to a 2-point try we were not able to convert. And well, it went to the Buffalo Bills. A chance at some revenge. As Kenny Pickett in that one, he didn't have a great completion percentage, but he found 2 touchdowns. We need to make sure he cleans up his game from today, finds the end zone, and on top of that, we need our guy and Saquon Barkley to go off. Now, we did not have Saquon Barkley in that last game. Bryce Stallings was the running back, and he had a pretty good one. Saquon could have even better. Though we have a lot of guys we've got to watch out for. Chris Olave, CeeDee Lamb leads their offense. They both went over 100 yards. It's going to be up to the DB's pass rush. Defense, once again, will have to lead us to victory. And as we got the win here today, we will be back next time for once again a possible series finale if we do not pull off the upset here in the playoffs. As Season 5, Super Bowl or bust, do not miss out. Hit that bell icon on the bottom right or scroll down, hit the sub button, and definitely tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Tuesday and Thursday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we got the Superstar mode with Bronson Moreau as he too is looking for some playoff action. We'll find that out tomorrow, actually, on where that season 2 for him ends up. So tune in there, and we'll be back here again as we go to Buffalo to face the Bills in the divisional round.